And hey, what's going on? We're back live. It's moving the meter number 60. Goodness gracious. So going to get into another little stream tonight, doing some drum programming. I got an idea in my head for a little odd time signature beat that I wanted to mess around with on stream. So I will let everybody pop on. Give it another minute here, getting warmed up. So we're going to heat it up past the boiling point of metal. All right. I think for tonight's stream, I want to come up with a really, let me check my levels real quick. Yeah. Boost. Boost. Ooh. Wee. Cool. All right, so I think what I want to do for tonight's stream is go ahead and use a really tight drum kit. So I'm going to go to the tight dry. Let's check this this kit here. So we'll load it up. So I've got an idea for a little pattern in an on time signature. That's interesting. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be a shorter stream tonight. We're going to go for 25 minutes, see if we can get this idea down. Just a simple beat in 7/8 that I'm sure any of the drummers out there have played. Maybe some people on stream can have a little, they can learn something. So I don't know. This should be fun. Just going to mess around here. Nice. All right, so first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my time signature to be 7/8, which is essentially going to be a bar of 4/4, except it's missing the last eighth note. So it's like instead of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's this. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1. So let's first off program this in so we can get a feel for what this is going to sound like. So we're going to lay just a simple backbeat down to start with, and on the 4 so we want to go 1 3 5 7, and then repeat this. So this is going to be the 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Let's speed it up a little bit. We'll go 120 and boost all these up. Let's get a loop going here. 1 2 3 4 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, 1 2 3 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1. Right, so now let's throw in a little bit of some hi-hats to go back with it. So I'm going to go ahead and select this whole row of hats that I just added and add a little bit of velocity to them. Give it a little bit of and that. Let's go ahead and move these all the. Now I think sometimes what we do is on this one we'll make it a open hat. Cool, so I think what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and start to switch up how the hats are working on this. So I'll go ahead and take this hat out. Now I want to get a nice rhythm going. Feel that? So you feel me? Now this is a classic thing that I've done a lot over the years. Let's extend these so it's a little double. We can throw in a fill. Check this. So see how it switches back and forth? What's going on, Twitch? So the idea here is we're in a 7/8 pattern, and the hi-hat is going to be a kind of a polyrhythm that goes over it, because the part that we're playing on the hi-hat is actually in 4/4. So the full pattern is going to be this right here. You know, see how it goes an extra eighth note over into the second measure, as if we weren't in 7/8. So it's, but because we're playing that in an 8/8 or 4/4 rhythm, so it's going 1/8 note into the next measure, because we're playing it in 7/8, it's going to start to have a feel that is, what's the word for it? Well, it offsets and it takes 2 times through to loop to repeat. So it's going to go. So I'll let this loop and we can hear it, and then any questions on stream, you guys can let me know. Does that make sense so far? So the idea is we're building in this pattern, which is going to kind of degrade over time, but also improve kind of the listening experience. You know, another way that we could do it, actually, let's take a listen to this, is if we, and you can do this, so we don't repeat it, or we actually repeat the exact pattern that we play. So we take the same pattern, take off the last eighth note, and basically make it in 7/8. So what I would do is accent this on the 1 a little bit. So it'll be like, so yeah, what's actually cool when I've done this before is we can play that a couple times and then have it go into this other pattern. So check this. And what that's going to do is give a little bit more movement to the beat, because we are kind of experimenting with the hi-hats that we're using, the hi-hat pattern that we're using. So let's kind of get a feel for this. Let's see how this evolves all together. Okay, so we definitely need this to go a little bit further. So cool. So one thing that I'm hearing here is if I was playing this, this is a little fast. Maybe we slow this down to 110 to get a real nice backbeat feel going. So I want to make this hit. And no open hats on this first measure, these first 2 measures rather. Let's get this hit a little bit. So actually, let's evolve this a little bit more. We're going to go, shut the loop off. So check this. So kind of sounds like crap. I don't know why. Let's get this all the way up. Maybe put a bass hit underneath it. Yeah, so I think what I want to do is actually, pardon me for saying so often, is let's simplify this a little bit. So here I want to, let's really just get this simple. So we're going to go, because what we have to do is we have to establish the pattern here. Otherwise, we're going into the da-da-da too fast. So let's get a feel going. Cool. So I think we got a feel. Now what I want to do is on this one, we'll go. Yeah, so on this one, let's let it ring out. We'll go double hit. Little nice syncopation. Hit the kick. Snare, snare, kick, kick. But we go snare, snare, and kick together. Kick. So it's... Maybe get this first kick a little louder. It's a really nice flavor that you don't... It doesn't insist upon itself when you're playing, if you're going to play it live, but it adds something really punchy to it. So here I want to go a very standard kind of way to do this. Another feel. Let's see. Right, so what we want to do here is how to stop and think about it for a second. Oh my God. So we're going to go like, probably cut it right there. A little open, choke the hi-hat. So we got to get, first off, let's get the kick at the same level of velocity as everything else. Now the snares, I'm going to make them, the first hit will be harder, higher velocity on both. So let's take out the choke there, and we'll just blast this. Right, so I think one thing that we're definitely missing is definitely missing. Is some cymbals. So go the first one. The first one's going to be panned to the left. Second one will be panned to the right. So let's let this ring out. We'll do a 4 count on the hi-hat here. I'll chop down the 2 and 4. Sorry, let's go here. So here, let's do a nice big double hit. Both cymbals, both sides. Cool, so I think on this one, let's actually duplicate this, save the hi-hat, rather save the crash. So on this one, on this final measure that we're working on, let's actually start this pattern. So we're going to reverse it on the 1 on the first measure instead of waiting for the second measure. So now I want to get crazy, and I'm going to loop back and kind of cover what we just talked about. Let's start doing a polyrhythm on the bass drum. So we're going to go da-dun, 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 da-dun. Right, so I think there we need... So we want the groove to flow. This might be a little bit confusing for what we're going for. Let's see. No, you need this. Yeah, there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep this syncopation going. Nice. Now we've got ourselves a rhythm. Let's loop this. Or let's loop this, yeah. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. I'm sounding awful right now. We're also just jumping in cold. I haven't played piano at all today, so. That would be actually cool to put over it because that's a pattern that's in 4/4 as well. So yeah, there's some interesting things we can play, some interesting faces we can make. Appreciate my viewers for sticking with me through that. What's good, Facebook? Yeah, so there's some interesting ideas there. There's definitely more practice that I could do to get better at playing some bass lines in 7/8 for sure, because I'm not too hot at that. But why don't we go through? Let's listen to what we have again. I think there's some really cool stuff that we're doing in here around laying down a backbeat in 7/8 first off. Let me go ahead and save while I talk. You know, laying down a backbeat in 7/8, moving things forward, understanding that we can tweak the hi-hat pattern and put a 8/8 or a 4/4 pattern on top of the 7/8 pattern to give our beat a little bit of movement. We also looked at syncopating the kick a little bit, and let's listen to it all the way through. Let's hear what this sounds like as it builds, and then I'd like to check out maybe adding some ghost notes on the snare to really start to give some movement. But one thing that we did at the end, I think this is like a triple syncopate. Well, this is really 3 polyrhythms happening. 1, you've got the backbeat in 7/8, and the snare is keeping that. 2, you've got the 8/8, the 4/4 pattern on the hi-hat, and that's shifting 1 every measure and then looping back to the same part in the motif. Then finally, we got a so let's check that out from the beginning and see how it builds upon each other. Nice. So let's see. Gonna go for a couple more minutes here. Let's add a couple ghost notes on the snare and see how this sounds. You know what? Why don't we take this whole pattern here and duplicate it? Well, I'll go 2 more on this. So duplicate this, and then let's check it out. Maybe. Get this. Let's see what duplicating this sounds like. That's a pretty cool pattern, if I don't say so myself. Kind of a cool, like, little herky-jerky rhythm there. Let's see on this again. Let's see how this sounds over the syncopated part now. Yo, there's definitely something there. I don't know exactly if I'm good enough to play it, but I feel like there's an idea there. That could be interesting. What's up, Twitch? What do you got? No? All right. There's something there. I don't know. What do you think, Tom? So easy for me when I'm playing to switch back into 4/4. Like it's definitely something I need to practice more, because there's definitely something here. Feels like you can do like that, which is that's a 7/8 fill on, that's a 7/8 run on keys. So maybe there's actually kind of an idea forming here that I think could be a really interesting song. So check this run out. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a downward arpeggio that's going 1 2 3 1 2. Well, it's kind of like 4 3 2 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 4 3 2 1 4 3 2 4 3 2 1, and you shift down one note in the minor pentatonic scale every time. let's see. I can go halftime, so. There's a couple licks in there that I'm really digging that I think would be cool, so I'm happy we did this together on stream. It's kind of a song idea that's forming in my head, so... And I'll just record one more thing here. So let's see. Cool. So that was somewhat unexpected to come up with anything interesting, but heck, little playing around on there were some bad moments though when I was originally on that Nord, but sometimes an idea comes and maybe it's shit. I don't know what it will develop into or what people think. Could get some hand drums going over it too. That's always fun to play some drums, some like hand percussion over an odd time signature. So gonna call it a stream for right now. Been on for about 35 minutes. Feeling pretty good with where this is at. We looked at a few different aspects of programming a quick little simple backbeat in 7/8. Hopefully you folks that join live learned something. If you're joining after the fact, please leave a comment if there's something you liked or if there's something you didn't like. If you're really feeling the video, go ahead and hit that like button, smash that like button, and you can go ahead and subscribe to follow along. We post new drum tutorial streams every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday with a special video coming once a week, so stay tuned for that. And if you don't have my new single yet, please go to venomisto.com, check it out. Nürburgring. This puppy's all about fast cars, high speeds, and sharp turns. So hope you folks enjoyed the stream. Hope you folks enjoyed the new single. I got another track coming out pretty soon that I've been working on that I'm very excited about. So hey, you've been great. I've been Venomisto. If you loved it, tell a friend. If you hated it, tell an enemy. Until next time, hasta luego, hasta luego, abiento, das vidania, sayonara, peace.